I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Oh.
So, do you want me to tell you when we're live?
Nah, we'll be right. Give it 5 more minutes. I'm just playing with Artie. All right. You made it. You made it on live, Artie. Yeah, get out of here.
Hey!
Hey, everyone.
Did we fool ya?
We're live.
Look at that. We've got Humanimal and Cement Shoes. We're good to go, Finn. We don't need anyone else. That's it.
Yeah, you got a bit of lag there, Tori, but it's all good.
What do you mean a bit of
Batshit
lag?
number 76. Are we all ready? We jacked up?
We are jacked up. We're pumped, man.
I'm pumped too, Tori.
Stop it.
Nah, it's all good. There's no lag. Just messing with
Let's get this show on the road.
Drink Pepsi, everyone.
Hey, Lawler's Corner. How are you, matey? Good to have you
I
here.
don't have any chats. What's going on?
I don't know what's going on with you. I've got myself sorted. See what happens when I drive the bus? Not a problem at all. Finn's in charge.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Hey, I keep the people entertained. How dare you?
You sure do. But yeah, long time no see, Lawler's Corner. Great to have you here, mate. And everyone else, of course. The beautiful people are
like Humanimal and Cement. Welcome, guys. All right.
Yeah.
Tori might not say hi, but I will because I love this. All right.
Rewind, dude. Rewind. When you were doing that method acting a bit before, that's when I was welcoming them.
Well,
yeah. Now look, just to get the audience fired up a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that that we show on this show that's batshit, but sometimes there are people online that just do things that are so simple but so funny, and it's really short. But I just thought I'd share this just to set the mood for tonight's show. Because I don't know, I just like it when people come up with clever ideas, and this is a killer idea. Check this out. So the little caption, changing the soundtrack makes this an entirely different movie. We've got Chuck Norris there, right? Is that Chuck Norris?
I don't think so, but go on.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? I don't think so.
Who is it?
It's a very young Chuck Norris if it is. He looks like he has different eyes, though.
Yeah, but look at the hairdo. It's like something from the 70s. But anyway, check it out. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, that's Chuck Norris. Yeah. You can tell by the hair. Maybe that's not Chuck Norris. It's definitely the hair of him.
It's a young Chuck Norris. It's not. No, it sort of does look a bit Luke Skywalker, but no, it's a martial arts movie.
Yeah. It's definitely Luke Skywalker.
But anyway, that just made me laugh. I thought I'd share that. But yeah, there was a comment in the chat on Instagram that said, why does Chuck Norris look so much like Luke Skywalker?
That was the rage back then.
It was a very young Bruce Lee as well, but that bending over just killed me. Anyway, that was funny. Not bad shit, not a contender, just a little sweetener to get everyone fired up for tonight's show. And Finn, you're kicking it off this week too, Grooves.
Boy, have I got one straight from Oz. Chucking one at you. From bloody Oz.
Everyone just take a deep breath. It's an Australian one. We've just got to prepare for this. We've only got one non-Australian in chat. Scout Inquirer rolling on in.
Old Danny Andrews. He's the fella down from Melbourne. He attended a little pro-China forum last night and invited the Chinese newspaper people. Didn't invite any Australian journalists for some reason.
Interesting.
And in fact, they were barred and banned from the attending. So even though some of them still showed up, they were not allowed in to cover or report on what actually happened inside. And it's a bit strange. It's a bit strange. Something else been going on. I'm sure he had a legitimate reason.
So was this leaked by the Chinese weather balloon?
Invitation list. A lady at the front desk said,
I don't think they have weather balloons, do they?
You would have thought for a forum that is being held in Melbourne and not in Beijing that would be a fairly basic courtesy that the Australian media would have at least equal access to.
A bit of courtesy,
but
Tori.
Not in this case. And this is a pretty complicated tale, Paul. Briefly background for your viewers. This is what sounded like, at face value, a pretty innocuous business forum about trade and investment. It's about post-pandemic economic recovery and opportunities in China. One of the co-sponsors for this business forum is a group called the China Innovation and Development Strategy Group. It's a think tank in China. And again, sounds...
A bloody Chinese think tank, Tori. He's a bit boring, so we're going to skip past this.
He is a bit boring.
Fuck, I'm going to fall asleep. He's a regular glasses. You'd think it'd be a bit more fucking entertaining.
In Melbourne, and why is Daniel Andrews speaking at it and locking out the media?
Australian news reporters were barred from covering Daniel Andrews' address to the Australia-China Economic Cooperation Forum last night, even though Chinese journalists were cleared to attend. The Premier says he wasn't involved in the decision.
No idea. It wasn't my event. I was there. The Lord Mayor was there.
I was just attending.
Top 300 people were there. Some of them from China, some of them who are from here and do business in China. It was an important event.
It was an important event, but we didn't want any Australians, journos there. It might disrupt.
It's so weird.
Let people know what's going on.
It's such a weird
anyway,
story. Like, you never
it's
hear
to do with
sort
getting
of stuff
the
happening in Australia ever.
It's to do with getting the economy back on track after COVID, and I'm sure they were discussing ways to get China back on track and how they could influence Australia, considering they've got Dan Andrews there for some weird fucking reason, considering he's the leader of Melbourne.
Exactly.
Which here in Australia we call mini America.
For you guys, for Scout and Cement, so Dan Andrews is the equivalent of what you guys would call the governor. He's the governor of Victoria, which is
mainly Melbourne.
A state
and
that
for those of you who don't know, Melbourne is what we call Little America. Little America. If you've got like little Chinatown or something like that, Melbourne is like the American version in Australia. So anyone in Australia, you ask them what Melbourne is, and they say, "Oh, it's like a little Chinatown," but it's not. It's like a little America town.
See, I would have said Queensland's more like America,
like Texas, maybe.
Big egos. They do say Florida
in Queensland. You're fucking tripping, woman. And they're the most fucking chilled out motherfuckers on planet Earth.
Oh, well, you've been in Tassie long enough to know that we're pretty bloody laid back down here too, mate.
You're backwards down here. There's a difference between laid back and backwards.
Well, it's not my fault you moved to the north of the island. If you'd been a grown up, you would have come south. All righty. My first story.
Cold. Hard pass.
I was checking into a client today in Launceston saying it was overcast and raining. It was sunny down here, so you mind your beeswax. All right, now
all day today.
He said it was cloudy. Mind you, he was just out of Devonport, so maybe it was okay where you are. Anyway, I don't care about weather reports. This is a really interesting article. Stop it, Lawler. Jesus, now we've got the inbred jokes happening. Yeah. Well, you animal, don't defend Queensland. You're leaving anyway. You told me in chat one time or somewhere. So boo his Queensland. I guess
Queensland is the best state, though. Let's be honest.
Tasmania's the best island.
We can all agree that Melbourne sucks. All right, Melbourne is essentially being bought out by China.
Cloudy with a chance of wontons. That's Melbourne. Cloudy with a chance of wontons. This is kind of interesting.
I would like to finish off my story, though, if I may.
I thought you fucking had.
No, you just started talking and then brought up your own story. But essentially what that means after this meeting is that China is obviously influencing Dan Andrews, the governor of Melbourne. So it turns out, or it looks like what might be happening in Melbourne, mini America, is that China's going to be starting to take over with some of their ideas and concepts and stuff of how to have a world post-COVID. So, yeah.
Well, there was a story this week that I didn't include in Batshit because I had plenty of other crazy stories to include. But China is currently digging the biggest hole ever.
Nice.
And you know how, like, as kids, there was that saying about digging a hole to China? Like, this is actually coming true. But in the reverse, maybe China's hole is going to end up in Dan Andrews' house.
Definite possibility.
They're digging down because, we've already completely fucked up space. They're digging down to see if they can find any life forms way, 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 way down beneath the soil, but not like little mutant things running around. They're looking for the soil equivalent of like plankton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but maybe that's just a cover. And they're actually building a tunnel to Dan Andrews' house. I reckon that's what's going on. Yeah.
Is it the widest hole or is it the deepest hole?
The deepest, man. The deepest.
Oh, wow. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. But I booted it. It didn't make the cut. But something that did make the cut, the reason this is batshit is because, look, there's a whole new generation, right, that because of what they've grown up with technology and stuff, there's actually things that are starting to happen that show that it's also affecting the way they're thinking. And this particular story is about this painting. And I'm just going to bring the painting up onto the screen. So this painting, right, and it's a pretty brutal painting when you actually look at what's going on in it. But this dude
looks like
down the front,
Spanish arriving to the Americas.
Yeah, and this dude down the front, like a Native American Indian, is why did they ever add Indian? It's just ridiculous. But that wasn't their call, by the way. But younger generations went nuts and said it was proof of time travel because he's reading something on his iPhone. Do you see that? Do you see him?
Yeah.
Check it. So, and this painting is from the 1930s. So all the young folk went ballistic and went, oh, my God, there's proof of time travel because this dude's gone back in time and he's just like in the middle of this brutal scene. He's just checking his Tinder dates. He's swiping right. But anyway.
So I've got a couple of problems with that, right? So first of all, if he was from the future, he'd probably have on the new Apple lenses, first off. Not
right,
yeah. That'd be old school technology. Secondly, there wouldn't be any Indians left in the future, so he wouldn't be from the future. There
are now though. While there's phones though, because he's not that far. He's gone from our now back to 1937, and that's why he's in this.
He looks much more Indian than the Indians that exist now, though. They don't look that Indian anymore.
Look, I don't know. I'm not commenting on that. But what is interesting is that they've actually debunked it, obviously. They've said, no, he's holding like a little mirror or something because apparently there's somebody else in the painting and I can't find them. I don't know if they've cut it out or something, but there's somebody else in this painting that looks like I think it might be further down the article, that they're looking at a tablet. And the only thing that they can sort of say is that it wasn't uncommon for people to carry mirrors, and it's possible that they gave him a mirror and he's actually seeing his face in a mirror for the first time ever. But what's really fascinating about it is that, and they've zoomed in on it just to show it, but it's actually brought about this discussion about how younger people are imposing modern thinking on the past. Like they couldn't just look at that painting and go, oh, my God, that's an old painting and it looks like he's checking out an iPhone, but obviously he's not because it's from 1937. They've actually looked at it and gone, it's proof of time travel. That was where their brains went. Like they thought this was a genuine painting of someone checking out their mobile phone back in 1937. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. But it's also sort of batshit because they were all like going nuts on Reddit and everything else, and everyone was convinced on these Reddit threads that, yep, sure as hell does. Look at the guy, look at the look on his face. It's like he just saw his most recent post got downvoted into oblivion. But, you know, like you read that and I was thinking, this is quite funny, some of the comments, but they're actually serious, a lot of them. So anyway, it's been debunked, much to the disappointment of the younger folk. But yeah, just this sort of summary of it. It's an interesting way to show how modern conceptions can be projected back onto things from the past. And it's just sort of bizarre that that's their go-to rather than questioning what it might be, because they're saying it could have even been like the little axe head. It might have been a little mirror. I don't know where the picture is of the guy reportedly looking at a tablet, but I mean, this is another one which went viral too. This is another painting. This is an even older one. This is a 350-year-old painting. And this is another one where the young folks said, time traveler, look at him with his iPhone. But apparently the painting is actually called The Letter. And he's giving that girl a letter.
The letter. Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
But I think it's kind of batshit that's their go-to. It's not to look at back in time at what was going on. It's to impose what they know now. I think that kind of makes them all a little bit dumb.
Egotistical, definitely.
Yeah. So it's just bizarre. If that's how they're going to think, we might as well all just jump off the planet because we know what's going on. We've got a Wokey of the Week coming up thanks to Scout Inquirer. And
nice.
Yeah, the way the world's heading, now they can't even look back at historical things and just appreciate them for what they were. They've got to somehow conceptualize them to fit into their modern social media influencer brains.
Yeah, everyone's always had an iPhone. But iPhones have always been here. So that makes sense.
Everyone knows that it's a lie. Androids have always been here.
That's true. That's true.
So there you have it. The young folk. Sorry, guys. No proof of time travel. Keep trying. Keep trying. Just go and watch Back to the Future. It's a bloody cult classic. That'll fill your need for
Plus, there's a
fucking
DeLorean in it. How good's a DeLorean?
Exactly.
It's just the bomb.
Exactly.
Gotta love the DeLorean.
Gotta love the DeLorean.
I wouldn't mind having one.
But also, I mean, this is how stupid they are because they're like, wouldn't you, if you were painting a scene and someone's fucking around on Instagram, wouldn't you be like, can you just put your phone down while I finish this painting? And then you can play with your phones afterwards. But they're so attached to their phones that, yeah, of course you'd be allowed to be fucking around on your phone while you're posing for a...
Jesus.
My phone that was a great little
eBay.
noise.
You got an eBay alert. You got two eBay alerts.
I'm not on eBay. What the hell?
Well, that's the eBay sound effect.
It was.
Yeah, I know. It's very distinctual.
That's so bizarre.
Have you ever had a dream with your phone in the dream? I was thinking about this morning. It doesn't happen.
Not that I recall, and I don't dream. I don't remember dreams that often, but I don't recall one with a phone, no.
I've had a dream where I've lost the phone, but I've never had a dream where I'm holding the phone in the dream.
I had a dream I lost my phone.
How about Chat? Has Chat ever had a dream and their phone was in the dream? Not about the phone, just had the phone in the dream.
I remember a dream where my housemate and I killed somebody and I was running to find a public phone to call the police to confess and she was running after me trying to kill me so I would shut up. And I didn't end up getting to and she cut the body up and she was carrying it in like New York shopping bags, from designer boutiques like Prada and stuff.
That's smart. That's smart.
Remember her flying down the hill with these bags full of body parts trying to get me to stop getting to a phone box, but I didn't get to a phone box. Thank God I woke up. But I woke up from that dream and for the next 10 minutes, like normally with a dream, I'll wake up and I'll be like, what a stupid dream or what a weird dream. That one, for the first 10 minutes that I was awake, I was convinced that I'd helped her kill somebody. It was like, I've just ruined my life.
Just reliving it, yeah.
Yeah, it was horrible. But yeah, I don't actually remember. I mean, I was a pot smoking uni student at the time, so anything was possible back then. But no, I don't remember having a mobile phone in my dream. Good point. Good point.
Yeah. They've been here for a while, and yet there's not many people, if any, that have dreams with their phones in them, which is very strange.
It's curious. And here's another curiosity,
isn't it?
Finn. Here's another curiosity. Why is it that people who see ghosts, the ghosts are always in like period costumes? Like nobody sees a ghost in like 1980s Madonna clothing. They're always, in like colonial aprons and bonnets.
Yeah.
How come if ghosts are real, why aren't there any contemporary ghosts roaming around with, ear piercings and tattooed bloody redback spiders on their faces and stuff like that? Where's the contemporary ghosts?
No shit. I was just listening to a lady yesterday, a historian, a religious historian, and she goes over like ancient religions and stuff and just talks about people having the experiences of seeing the prophets and the deities and all that kind of stuff throughout time. So obviously the Vatican has heaps of stories of people actually meeting the ghosts or the angels or whatever.
Right.
And obviously there's reports now of people meeting them as well. And she's going through like thousands of years worth of historical data on it. And even people that don't know the angel that they're describing, they describe the entity, and it's the same description throughout time as that certain prophet or as that certain angel or whatever. Even if people aren't religious and they don't know who that is, they always describe them the same with the same clothes and everything. And then she's celestial. Like, what the fuck is this? This makes no sense.
No, but celestial beings I'm way more intrigued by than the ghost thing. Because I just, until someone sees a ghost and it's just like some kid in 2023 clothing just like cruising around with their iPhone.
Yo, what up, bruz?
Like
with their fucking Adidas bum bag on.
I'm not sold on the ghost stuff, but celestial stuff, that's another thing entirely. And also
wait till you see ghosts with Yeezys on. That's when you know you're living in the future.
Yes, with Yeezys on. The other thing that freaks me out are the kids, like little tiny kids that have you ever got caught up in like a rabbit warren of when kids say things about how there's another person in the room that's telling them stuff and they're actually seeing a person and that gets so creepy. But all these stories, like they can't all be making it up, these parents talking
about. You should just add one back. Be like, no, I was talking to Greg, the big tall looking fella right there. Who? Yeah, the big guy right there.
Right next to you.
Medicine. He's got the knife in his hand.
Scout's going to ask a dear friend of hers about the ghosty thing. Yeah, a ghost with shoulder pads or a power tie, exactly. Backing up slowly, maintaining eye contact and above all smiling. Yeah, and a T-shirt that says, Frankie says relax, exactly. Where's the 1980s ghost,
Yeah, where's fucking, what's his name? Where's gelled back his hair? What's his face? The Fonz ghost. Where's that at?
Yeah. Where's Alan Rickman? Like, why isn't he walking into my house and offering to cook dinner? Where are you, mate? That's the other thing.
Anyway.
Famous people ghosts. Where are they?
They'll be there, surely. They'll be getting
No, it's always some chambermaid who's just, walking through the room, through the wall after emptying out the chamber pot in the bedroom in a little bonnet and apron. That's who it usually is, or it's some headless dude on a horse.
There was a lot of headless people back in the day.
True. All right, what have you got, Grooves?
Oh, so I don't know if you saw the Wokey of the month. Or the
we did. Really. With Dylan.
The Mulvanes.
He's now a lesbian.
Is he?
Yeah, Dylan announced this week, now a lesbian. Of course. But Bud Light, is Bud Light still in a bit of pain, are they?
You could say they're in
Bud Light.
Quite a large amount of pain. Yes. We'll find out exactly a dollar figure by the end of this little 40-second video, Tori, but
awesome.
You could say it's a large amount. It's a large amount. All right, very large amount. So I don't know if anyone saw, but old Mulvane's. Quite a bit. Bud Light only has a few months to prevent sustained market share loss. Ad agency that tapped Dylan Mulvaney for Bud Light in serious panic mode, according to source. How a trans actor Bud Light campaign plunged an Indian origin CEO's marketing firm into crisis. Bud Light drama caused $27 billion loss.
The King Midas in reverse here. Everything I touch turns to shit.
That is one big pile of shit.
You got the touch!
There you go. $27 billion. And it tanked the company's stock. They have lost $27 billion so far. So far, because it looks like it's going to keep dropping because of this.
27 billion. Like, that's just an unfathomable amount of money.
Yeah. You can buy Twitter for that.
When this story first broke, though, like everyone was going, oh, look at what's happening with Bud Light stock. Of course, this is going down. And then people were reporting, I think we even did, that the next day economists were going, yeah, and as like with anything, they're rebuilding again. There's no problem. Well, there clearly is. Yeah, we'll do the same for Nike. But yeah, Dylan announced this week, I am a lesbian.
Did he actually?
Yeah, because I think Dylan's tired of pissing off cisgender or whatever the fuck we're called women, and now going to try and annoy the LGBTQ. Yeah, so Dylan is now lesbian after suffering a lull in the clicks department. That's Megan Kelly, who I adore. But yeah, so apparently it's not just Bud Light stock going, like losing all that stock. Apparently the staff of Bud Light are copying abuse wherever they go. Like if they leave work and they've got any logos or anything on them, people are just like abusing the fuck out of them.
Nice. Good
and according to Dylan Mulvaney, Dylan's in hiding because of all the backlash as well. What a massive mistake, as Julia Roberts said in Pretty Woman. What a big mistake. Huge.
Yeah, 27 billion. I wonder what the final amount will be. I wonder if it will actually collapse the company, which it looks like it's going to. It doesn't look like it's going to stop. It looks like it's going to keep going.
Yeah.
So if you can short Bud Light, if you got money in the stocks, short them. Go ahead and short them. Not financial advice. Not financial advice. I don't know what I'm.
Hey, Cement Shoes, Bud Light used to make me gag too. Like we, that was the beer that we used to shotgun out in the paddocks of Kansas City, Missouri, out on the outskirts of KCMO. We'd be shotgunning the Buds. Actually, Bud Light and Coors Light both used to make me gag. Bad beers, and not good. You don't get drunk on them either. You've got to drink like a slab to even feel a little bit tipsy.
Yeah, they're light.
Yeah, they're very, very, very light. Scout says that a country singer is trying to get the product back to popularity, but people are boycotting him.
I hope they ruin that dude as well. You should have introduced him to the old goon sack on the old. What's the old clothesline called? I can't remember.
Hills Hoist.
The old Hills Hoist goon sack. You should have showed him that one, Tori.
Yeah, bloody
bit of culture in America.
I did show them that. And I also showed them the Nutbush. And when Tina Turner died, I did a bit of a live chatting about it, and I didn't realize it's only in Australia that people do that dance. So now I look back on the mid-'80s when I'm in KCMO doing Nutbush, expecting all my friends in America to get up and do it with me, and they all just stood there with these really confused and horrified looks on their faces, because the Nutbush dance is not a dance you do solo, and if you do it solo, you look very weird doing it.
Are you sure they weren't just paying their respects because someone had died?
Hey? That was definitely the day the music died, me doing Nutbush solo in America. What do you call it when Mulvaney gives you a hickey? A lud bite. I like a Heineken Cement, but I don't drink much either these days either. Light enough you can ride your horse home after a dozen. Yeehaw! Oh my God. I'm so glad we've got this nice little group. Oh, Kiwis. Yeah, I knew Kiwis. Well, I learned that it was only an Aussie thing, the Nutbush dance. So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought that was worldwide.
No, there you go. So Bud Light going down, down, down in a burning ring of fire.
Yeah. We'll give an update next week, see how much further they've fallen. But
yeah, that'd be great.
27 billion. So
if you could do that as a
they should be all right.
Thing, like we just did like a Bud Light index each week.
We'll have it like the COVID counter down the bottom right. We'll just have the counter, a live graph of how much.
I can whack it on the ticker. We can create a little ticker. And away she goes. All right. What have I got coming up next? I think I might be showing you the offering from the lovely Scout Inquirer, who is here with us.
Yeah, old Scouty. Yeah, go on. Go on.
Yeah, although it's bloody. I'm just going to see if I can get it. It's actually Instagram.
Oh, an IG story, hey?
Yeah, because I just
the gram.
It opened up in my Facebook, and I was getting alerts and things popping up. But now I've got to find this.
Just a boomer moment, guys. Give her a second. She'll sort
it out. No, I'm just protecting my identity. I found it.
What? Everyone knows your name, Tori. Or should we call you Victoria?
You can call me Victoria. I don't mind, although it makes me feel like I'm in trouble because it was always my parents would be like, Victoria, what are you doing? Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Nothing. All right. So this has come from the lovely Scout, and Finn, you are going to lose your mind over this.
I better.
It's right up your alley because you are
always better be wandering over there somewhere.
Horrified about what goes on in American schools.
I've already shown you how fucked up they are.
Well, here's a little bit more.
Having drag queens in there.
This is a little bit more. Yeah, and I just want to say before I kick it off, I still don't get the outrage. Like, as a parent, if I had kids,
it's a child.
Let me finish, Finn. Let me finish. If I was a parent with kids in a school in America, I'd much prefer men in dresses coming in and reading stories than some fucking angry teenager with a gun. Just saying. But let's listen to
why you want either of them?
I don't, but if I had to make a choice, I'd be more upset and worried about the gun than the dude in the frog. Anyway, this is
why do you have to pick between those two?
Can you stop pissing on Scout's contribution, please? I don't have to choose. I'm telling you. I think people are out of whack. What really is the bigger harm to their kids? It's a kid with the gun. It's not debatable. Anyway, here we go.
It's debatable because sexualizing children could destroy society.
Oh my God, Finn, can I just play Scout's offering? Would you let Scout have her moment on the show?
Let's not talk down sexualizing kids.
So you don't have to go inside the booty hole. Anal sex is still very pleasurable.
What are my pronouns? Do y'all respect those pronouns?
Yes. The students ask the other teacher if I'm a boy or a girl. It's just so hard. I can't figure it out. It's just like, that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Way better.
Non-binary elementary school teacher, so here's how I talk to my students about pronouns. Hi, my name is Mix K.
Oh my God.
So that's from Stephen.
This is why we should give kids guns.
Oh, Finn, I knew you were going to go there.
Fuck the teachers having guns, all right? We need to give the kids guns because this is getting out of control.
You know the one that really bugged me?
Why do they insist on sexualizing children? What is wrong with you? Keep your own sexual ideas and fantasies to yourself. No one cares. Especially
and the one that really bugged me, the one that bugged me was the one that was reacting to the student asking another teacher if she was a boy or a girl and saying, I can't work it out. And then she's just there grinning going, that's the point. Like, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
I want you to be confused. Like, as if you and your gender and how you identify is fucking relevant. You're a teacher. Get in there and teach kids. Like, I don't know about you, Finn, but the teachers at my school were amazingly good teachers, but they were very neutral. Like, they weren't political. They didn't express strong opinions about anything. They rarely shared anything about their personal lives with us at all. They literally were teachers who came in and taught us stuff. But I still loved some of them. Like, they inspired me to do so many amazing things growing up. But they weren't. It wasn't about them. It was about them teaching us. And, you know, these young ones, oh, yeah, I'm really glad that I'm confusing all the kids about my gender. That's the plan. It's like, this isn't the platform for that bullshit.
Yeah, I will say most of my teachers were art-hearted. They didn't know the subjects at all, except my maths teacher. He knew math. The rest of them, useless. But I agree with you. They didn't bring their own shit into the classroom. You didn't know anything about them. You just knew that they were the so-and-so teacher, and that was it. There was no, they're this and that and blah, blah, blah. They got this going on at home. No one gave a shit. No one cares. No one cares about the teacher.
And if anything,
you know who cares about the teacher? The fucking loser kids that are the nerds. They're the only ones that care about the teacher. And they don't even care. They're just doing it to suck up. So
yeah, or the kids who are the kids of the teachers who are horrified that they're at the same school where their parent teaches, and we'd all rally around them and try and protect them, and we'd never blame them for anything their shitty teacher parent did. But yeah, it's just such this whole obsession with themselves and this self-importance, and it's just like that is not your role. And you know, we had teachers with wonderful personalities and who opened our eyes to all sorts of stuff. But yeah, they weren't, it was never about them. And like I said, they didn't even volunteer much of their lives because they didn't have to. That's not what their job was.
It's got nothing to do with their job at all, ever. They
No.
should never come into it. But I really hope our schools aren't that bad over here.
Humanimal. No, it's not only about sexualization, it's the ideology, gender confusion, and politics. Narcissists go into teaching to have power control. Yes, they make it about them, not teaching. It's sad and infuriating. Exactly. Absolutely. Teachers are there to teach school education, not their personal BS. Yep. So yeah, thank you, Scout, for sharing that. It's just further proof that things are going to shit. But we did have, I know Australian schools don't appear to be this wackadoo, right? But didn't we have
I had a story
Melbourne
not too long
teacher?
ago. Yeah, there was one as well about the child who was identifying as a cat.
Yeah, the kid. I kind of like that kid.
But the teacher was then forced to bring in to treat them like a cat. So
like, yeah, I know.
Something going on.
Yeah, but that.
And then there was another one where there was a school book that was talking about anal sex in the school book for grade 5ers, and we had on the Parliament guy, the guy in this.
We did.
I can't remember where he was, but he was reading the book out and going off. So we are having it into our schools as well. I don't know to what extent though.
You've got to see this little gem further up in chat. Cement Shoes asked, where's the lady who wanted to identify as a candle? Lawler's Corner. She was snuffed.
Hey, Joe Man.
Joe Man, hello. How you doing,
I hope you're ready to not make a decision. It's an inside joke, Joe Man. You get it. You get it.
So that was Scout's inquiry. That was quite a lot of wokies of the week right there.
There was a few wokies of the week. Good on your Scout. Good on your Scout. This is what we need to have. More people sending us stories, all right?
Yeah, more people. We love it.
Send them in.
We love it. All right, what have you got, Greaves?
Oh, I got a bloody good one, Tors. Oh, you've cancelled it. Oh, okay.
It's not there.
It was there. I had it up. That's all right. I'll load it again.
It's been blank.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So we got another one from the old Memos 101. And I'm pretty sure this is about that Beetlejuice looking character. The Laurie Lightfoot lady, you remember her? Big eyes, useless at her job, made crime introduced by like 1,000% or some shit. Yeah. Chicago, I think she's the mayor of Chicago. Anyway, check this out. She's got a new job, by the way. So she obviously lost the re-election for obvious reasons.
The crime rate was soaring, man.
Yeah, 1,000%. So not a large number, 1,000%. But anyway, they decided not to re-elect her. So under Lightfoot's tenure, which opponents say championed criminals instead of victims, murder rose by 59%, robbery was up by 27%, theft up by 35%, and motor vehicle theft an outstanding 270%.
Wow. Jesus.
So anyway, she's got a new job. Bet you can't guess where it is.
With the cops.
That would be funny. That would be funny. Worse. Much worse.
Where is she? Not working in an old folks' home.
Should we make bets in the chat? Where does everyone think she's working now?
Well, I'm sticking with she's police, but you've said no. So
you're kind of along the right thinking.
Prison.
But
she's
think one above that. Kind of who
the FBI
who's in charge of that. Too high up. Too high up. Let's not play the guessing game.
The Minister of Police and Funny Walks. Harvard.
You want to read that one out, Tories? You want to read that out,
Harvard hires failed Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot for teaching gig. Oh no!
So Harvard,
no.
Harvard has now hired her. Do you want to hear why they hired her?
Yeah, I do.
They want her to teach classes on, and are we ready for this one?
Pronouns.
Lightfoot, the first Chicago mayor to lose re-election in 40 years, will teach a course titled Health Policy and Leadership.
Whoa. Wow.
So Harvard is no longer Harvard anymore.
No, they've just lost all credit. They're almost right behind Bud Light in the credibility stakes now.
So yeah, if you want to know how to increase your town's auto theft by 270%, go attend Harvard and you can learn. Harvard is no longer Ivy League. You're actually correct there, Humanimal. That would drop them out of being Ivy League.
Is it a tokenistic appointment? Well, they didn't need to. That's the thing. Like, why did anyone care? Like, she didn't get re-elected. Bye, Lori. Goodbye. Yeah. No one owed her anything. So I don't know if it's tokenistic or just downright stupid. What do the Americans in chat think about this one? Cement Shoes put the NSA.
Good guess. Good guess.
That's where
you'd be surprised how many of NSA people are Harvard beforehand.
Cement Shoes is a Yaley and proud of you. Should be, mate.
Are you Yale? Wow.
Yale. I know. Wow.
Skull and bones, hey?
We are totally like in the company of an academic great. It was the winter of our discontent. Now I'm understanding things, Cement Shoes. What is our world and schools coming to, Scout? It's a sad sign of the times. Oh, wait a minute, Scout. Gratuitous sunny
What the
shot.
fuck is someone who went to Yale, Skull and Bones, watching batshit? Just saying.
Cement loves it. Cement is one of those people that found us, found my one of my communities, and just likes to hang out with interesting folk. Same as Joman.
Plus, we all know that Brown University is the best in the world, so just saying.
Joman came from Humanimal's world, and we're all just like-minded people who are happy. Lawler used to do scathing commentary about the Australian government. It was really good listening. I don't know what Lawler's up to now, but yeah, I think we all just like a good chat. But it is pretty impressive having a Yaley in the mix, not going to lie.
There you go. It would be better if you're from Brown, though. So if you could change that, get onto that, please.
You've been watching rom-coms where they say Brown is better than Yale and Harvard.
I, on my channel, started interviewing all these people who I thought were cool, like Stephen Kinzer, who researched the CIA MK Ultra program. Turns out he works at Brown. And then I was researching all these people who were looking into the economy, trying to say, oh, yeah, it's pretty fucked. Turns out they worked at Brown. I ended up having 3 people who taught at Brown on my YouTube channel without intending them at all to be from that. And all of the people I was looking into were from Brown. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
But just a reminder, everyone, from my grandmother, and sage advice that she used to give, being a country woman, don't wear brown to town.
Why?
Because it's the rule. Like when you had the big day that you got to travel to the big smoke to buy your supplies and stuff, you never wore brown to town because brown was farming clothing colours.
So you could wear it once you got
put
to the
on
town, just not on
your
the journey.
You'd put on your jaunty little mustard yellow dress or something. You wouldn't wear brown to town.
But you could have brown in the car to change when you got to town. You just couldn't wear it.
No. Don't be seen dead in brown in town is the point. Ever.
Don't be seen dead in brown in town.
Yeah.
Gee,
that's my grandmother, man. We're talking about like the Boer War era. Seriously. So we've got a Griffith. We've got a Griffith University.
And for those of our audience who doesn't know what that is, could you please explain? What is the Boer War era?
No, a long time ago. I'm a Flinders University and Adelaide University alumni, Lawler. So I'm not in the category of Yale either.
Griffith, eh? Old Griffy.
Old Griffy. All right. So that's the end of Laurie.
Yeah, there you go.
Bye.
I don't think she's a token though. She's definitely not a token. I feel like Harvard already has plenty of.
There you go, Scout.
Those people. Plenty of tokens.
There it is. It's snoring. Looking very stressed. Sunny, honestly, I just want everyone to know she is actually alive. I haven't had like this dead cat just lying on that cushion for the last year.
It could be. It could be.
No, she
know.
had the zoomies. I was working from home today and I had this client who was very serious and all I wanted to do was make them laugh. And Sunny just decided that was the time she was going to get the zoomies and just bolt around the house. And this dude on the phone who was so monotone, he was like, "Do you have an animal that is zooming around your house right now?" And I just lost it. He made me laugh. Yeah, nice cat skin footstool. Sign out and poor Joman. It's all happening at this end. We're fine. So
yeah, Joman, just rewind it like a minute or something and watch it from a minute in the past. You know what I mean? Let it catch up.
Right. What little gem have I got next?
Last one, is it
at the end. But yes.
I've only got one more story. The winning story, I might add.
Yep, so this story is
big news.
7. Oh, hang on. I'm not sharing it yet. So there's an event occurring in Sweden this week.
Oh.
And
where's that?
Participants want what's happening, pardon me, in this tournament in Sweden this week. They want it to be recognized as an official sport. And we're talking about shagging.
Nice.
Sex obsessives want lovemaking to be recognized as an official sport. Now, I'm sorry.
In the Olympics?
Well, I guess. I mean, if it becomes a recognized sport, then that's the next step, right?
How would you score such a activity, though?
I know. It's tricky. It's tricky. And then, like, as an audience, it's a bit awkward, you know, if you're watching a bit of Bound Chicka Bounce Bound and, like, your mum walks in. Imagine, like, being in a stadium with 50,000
Well, then you just have
people.
to cheer it on together. Yeah.
I don't know. I personally
imagine being the person knowing that your whole country is behind you, cheering you on. You know,
I know. Well,
your hometown got out the banners for you. They're all chanting.
But what about like when they do, you know, the baseball and stuff in America? They do kiss cam, and they do it here with like the what's it called? You know, the 20-something cricket. What is it?
2020.
Is it 2020?
Yeah.
The big league or whatever it's called. But yeah, kiss cam, and they're honing in on this couple kissing, and the rest of the crowd's going, "Oh, fuck that, that's boring. We want to watch the shagging down there." So anyway, this week there is a tournament in Sweden, and I guess the winner is, or the winners are the best shaggers. I'll play a little bit of the story, see what everyone thinks.
But really, are there any losers in this event?
I don't know.
Is this one of those ones where you actually want the participation trophy? Because
and also, like,
you're not coming out a loser.
Is every gender under the sun going to be fully represented at this event? Are we going to get to see the woman who identified as a candle trying to seduce the man or the woman who shags the fence? Like, I don't know.
Are they going to have a relay one where you like tap out and the next person comes in?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. That's also known as a gangbang. They may have bukkake.
No, one at a time, but you're tagging out,
Yeah, all right. Let's have a look and see what's happening in Sweden. This is happening in Sweden this week, and I'm curious. I haven't watched this video because I wanted to watch it with everyone else together.
Oh, it'll probably just be the words over the top of it. Oh, no, this is actually the event. Oh, Jesus, all right. An Olympic-style tournament is to be held.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, it involves participants romping for up to 6 hours a day in 16 different disciplines. 6 hours a day? Are they being drug tested? I feel like you might need drugs for 6 hours a day.
What are these 16 different disciplines?
And what are these disciplines?
That's what I'm saying. What are they? And 16? Like, is it disciplines just positions or is it... let's see. We're all curious. How's everyone? Yeah, 16, exactly. The fence lady should hang out with a candle. Medals for finishing last, I guess. Tantra, anal, fellatio. Well, okay, Humanimal's starting the countdown. Let's see what else is in the mix.
Timing's got to be one. Yeah, that makes sense. Porn star Barney Sins.
Barbie.
That's her real name.
From London.
Yeah, it's set to represent Britain in the 6-week sex event that begins in Gothenburg, Sweden.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. We can watch it live, everyone.
This is bigger than
for
Europe,
6 hours a day. How the
6
fuck are you doing
weeks
6 hours a day for 6 weeks? That's how
I don't know.
It's
making my vagina hurt. I feel
you can't be doing that. That's too much.
6 weeks, 6 hours a day, 16 different disciplines. My God. All right, let's keep going.
How do you get disqualified?
She'll compete against representatives from Romania, Greece, Finland, Spain, Croatia, Portugal, Italy, France, Slovenia, and Ukraine. Well, look, I'm not...
Russia.
Ukraine. I think everyone in Ukraine should just go to Sweden and fuck for 6 weeks. They deserve it. They've earned it. Just go, guys. I'm all for that. So, okay, there's people from all over the world. Well, all over Europe. What else? It's not lost on me up in the corner. This is from Bang Showbiz, by the way.
Yeah, I see that.
All right, what do you read? You read the next one, Finn.
Competitors will be judged by 5 experts and will receive points based on communication, endurance, chemistry, and sex education.
Oh, they should bring in Lori Lightfoot.
That's only 5. That's only 5.
They should bring in Lori Lightfoot. This is ridiculous. 72 STDs. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I accidentally rewound it. Here we go.
Scout, you backing out.
The monitored heart rates and blood pressure of the contenders will also be taken into consideration, and there will be a public vote amongst those watching a live stream.
Wow. Wow.
I'm like,
all right.
Like,
all right.
I mean, this would kill my channel, but I'd so love to do a reaction video to one of the live streams of this event.
Is it even going to be on YouTube? I wonder.
I don't know.
I suppose you can do adult only. You can do.
You probably have to buy. You probably have to buy a ticket too. Like it, I'm sure it wouldn't just be there for everyone to tune in. All right, let's keep going. Public vote. Whoa!
There you go. Sex fanatics need to earn enough points to progress through the 3 stages and avoid being eliminated.
You are the
Both
weakest shag.
participants?
Goodbye.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Wow.
I know. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. But the thing is, like, I'm all for this. If they want to have the Shag Fest Expo, whatever they freaking call it, I mean, let's be honest, Brisbane did have Sexpo, but if they want to have this, that's great. But what's this push to turn it into an Olympic sport? Like, nobody's got 6 weeks to watch the Olympics or just watching. Like, they've got to rethink this. Who's going to watch 6 weeks of shagging when you can be watching, I don't know, the pole vault or the triathlon? Well,
it's got to happen. Surely it's going to happen.
Some pole vaulting happening in this sex stuff.
Let's see this take
Please
off.
don't make
Let's
it
see
a
this
sport.
become the next thing.
No Heartbeat is a winner.
Oh, Jamin, you haven't seen the final story from me. We have a winner planned. All right.
Oh, well, I'm liking you. I'm liking what you're saying, Jamin. All right, let's just see. We're nearly at the end of this. I don't know if there's anything else we need to know. There's only 6 seconds left, but let's see.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Hang showbiz.
Okay, bang, bang.
Wake up, Finn. Wake up, Finn.
I wonder if that's that Chinese spy in America. What was her name? Bang Bang?
Yeah, she was Bang Bang.
Wow, there you go.
There you have it.
Good on him. Good on him.
The push for sex to become a recognised sport. Over my dead body, as my grandmother would say.
No, she would say no brown in town.
Which, yeah, you don't wear brown to town.
Let me just.
John, I was going to say, yeah, you let me know when you want me to put it up there because I've seen that little screen with the blue thing backstage for a while now.
Yeah, you know how I am. I'm prepared.
I'm with you, Jamin. Sex is not a competition to start with, and that's the thing. Like, they're blurring the lines.
All right, so here we go, guys.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
Yeah, go on. So a whistleblower who's not a whistleblower, who's been approved to release this information, was the head of the UAP task force in America, used to give daily briefings to the president, don't know if you've heard of him, has come out and said on record that the American government, has in their possession UFOs from non-humans created off-world, and also has the pilots recovered from these crashed vehicles. Now, I'll repeat that again. The head of the UAP task force, who used to give daily briefings to the president, has come out, approved by the government, and said that the US has crashed UFOs, not from humans, not from Earth, and some of them have the pilots inside. They have recovered aliens.
And not one other country on the planet is saying the same thing.
I don't know where we go from here, but let's hear it from his mouth. Him saying it. Let's go.
Formally blowing the whistle on secrets he says no one has ever shared publicly before.
You are one of the most.
This guy is also Ross Coulthart, who is a 60 Minutes dude. He worked on 60 Minutes in Australia for like 20 or 30 years or some shit. So this guy here, Ross, is a very well-known and respected journalist. He has very many awards, a lot of awards.
Yeah, but he's on News Nation, which is like bullshit mainstream America.
I researched why that was. Ross said he went to the New York Times and they refused to publish the story. So he went to News Nation to be like, all right, let's see.
Yeah, because News Nation loves a bit of... News Nation's really a tabloid. But anyway, that doesn't matter.
Let's go.
Let's check it out.
Former intelligence officials in the US defense and intelligence establishment.
Yes, I was.
You were trusted with the most intimate secrets.
Yes.
Grush sitting down with award-winning investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who's reporting for News Nation and has spent years reporting on the UFO question.
What conclusion did you come to at the end of your time on the UAP task force?
The UAP task force was refused access to a broad crash retrieval program.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
How many?
Quite a number.
You're kidding.
No. I thought it was totally nuts, and I thought at first I was being deceived. It was a ruse. People started confiding in me. They approached me. I have plenty of current and former senior intelligence officers that came to me, many of which I knew almost my whole
Finn,
career.
just stop it for a sec. News Nation will strike us if we don't stop for commentary.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. So what do we think? What do we think, chat? The head of the task force, daily reporter to the president, is saying this and approved by the government. What do we reckon? Fake
I think it's a load of shit. I think it's a load of shit because
obviously,
yeah, because for starters, and this is why, if he's this impressive expert dude and he gets asked a question, how many, he would answer with a specific number. He wouldn't be like, quite a few. He'd be like, we have 20.
It depends how many departments they're in. Yeah, it could be spread amongst departments he doesn't know about. So it could be.
No, but if you're going to sit there and say that you've got these spacecraft that either landed or crashed, and you're asked a question, how many, and your responded crashed, and the response is quite a few, that you instantly lose credibility, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's a quack.
But keep in mind, this guy is not nobody, which is very interesting. And also,
plenty of people that had fabulous careers end up loopy la la, Finn.
You're not wrong, but the government has also approved him to say this.
Yeah, because no one in the government wants to be seen dead saying this bullshit, and this guy's such a cop out. He's taken the coin, and he's playing.
Wouldn't you think logically though the government would be like, no, you can't say that. That's not true. But instead, they're saying, yes, go ahead.
No, they go, look, let the idiot go. He's taking attention off Joe Biden, who keeps falling over wherever he goes. You know what I mean?
That's not matter. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Anyway,
they were part of a program. They named the program. I've never heard of it. And they told me, based on their oral testimony, and they provided me documents and other proof, that there was, in fact, a program that the UAP task force was not read into.
Grush alleges the U.S. government has recovered non-human craft for decades. He's filed a whistleblower complaint saying he gave what he calls the classified proof to Congress and the Intelligence Community Inspector General. News Nation has confirmed David Grush's credentials and resume. We've not seen or verified the alleged proof he says he's provided to investigators. He says he...
So they haven't verified the proof of it yet. But they have verified who he is and his credentials. So that's something. Anyway, it keeps getting better.
Everyone, the entire American public, has been lied to for decades.
Yeah, there's a sophisticated disinformation campaign targeting the U.S. populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral.
You are saying...
Yeah, it is. It's called the government.
Here we go.
And not just your government, by the way, America, like many governments, including ours.
Oh, America's at the tip of the spear, though.
Well, they do it better. They do it better than it. You can be number one on when it comes to being. Yeah,
they are the best propaganda people.
You are the best. You are. Yeah. We will give you that. Yeah,
they're better than the Germans in the 40s.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone, yeah.
Do we have bodies? Do we have species of
Well, naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And believe it or not, as fantastical as that sounds, it's true.
It's also harder for people.
Show us the proof, dude. Show me the money.
This dude has just come out and said there are alien spaceships in the US
and dead pilots
in the US fans. And
but
dead pilots.
unspecified numbers, and where the fuck are they? Where the fuck are they?
Holy dooly tours.
And
Holy
why
dooly.
aren't any other countries in the world conducting interviews with similar Fruit Loops saying the same stuff?
Yeah.
Like, what, all aliens just choose to land or crash in America? Alrighty then.
Well, apparently they're not all American. Apparently only Roswell was the only American one. But yeah, these are crashes from worldwide. The one in Virginia, I mean, that wasn't American, but the Americans went down there and took it. But there you go. There you go.
Pilot, fly my balloon. Exactly.
So,
to be honest, like if aliens are so bloody good and if they are capable of building all of these spaceships and stuff and travel around in space with more ease than human beings have been able to, so on. Honestly, if they came to Earth, I reckon you'd need to give them 5 minutes on this planet and just show them 6 Karens out in the wild, and they're jumping their little fucking UFO and fuck right off out of here. They wouldn't waste their time with us. They would look at this beautiful planet that we've destroyed.
Maybe.
They'd experience Karens within minutes of landing.
Destroyed it. It's doing pretty good.
Well, we've done a pretty good job. They've had to travel through all of the space junk we've put up there, as if they're gonna. I mean, from their perspective, looking at all the planets they could go and explore, Earth has got all this trash just floating around in the stratosphere. All this space junk. It just looked like.
But we have what the rest of the universe doesn't. We have Florida, so who wouldn't want to come see that?
But you know what I'm saying? In space, looking at Earth. All this space junk, and you just look like flies flying around a turd, and you'd be like.
But then down there, you see Florida, you're like, oh, we got to go. We got to see what's going on.
Because you'd be like,
these humans are crazy motherfuckers.
Red, it's so pretty. Jupiter,
boring.
What's
no. Let's go check out these Floridian
with all the flies. Earth is the last place they'd come, and if they did come here,
they would come
the Karens and the wokies would make them turn around and fuck off under 10 minutes. They'd be gone.
They would 100% come here for a laugh. 100%.
They don't need to stay any longer than that. Karens.
Yeah. I'm not saying they would stay, but they'd come for a laugh. They'd come for a little gaggle, Let's hear what this chick has to say.
People to wrap their minds around the concept of a crashed object from somewhere else. It's easier to accept that, we see things in the sky that we can't explain.
Journalist Leslie Kane broke Rush's whistleblower story this morning in the debrief. Ms. Kane's career has been mainstream and credible, having written a series of reports on UFOs in the New York Times dating back to 2017.
Yeah, boring. I don't trust her. Anyway, so there you go, old Rushy.
Never trust a lady with a poodle perm. Isn't it interesting too, just on a grander scale, how an American whistleblower is treated compared to an Australian Julian Assange is treated?
Well, he's not actually a whistleblower. He has been approved to release this information.
No, the Americans are all for whistleblowing. I worked for an American company and it was encouraged where I worked to blow that whistle, and your job security was guaranteed if you did it. And you had a little monetary incentive to do so as well.
What about the guy who lives in Russia? Snowden.
He got krona or whatever the Russian. What's Russian money? I don't know.
No. Snowden.
Snowden.
He can't return to America. They'll kill him.
But it's just interesting though. I think that it's encouraged in some parts of the world and frowned upon by America, where it happens in other parts of the world.
I don't think there's any governments that approve of it.
But this dude is batshit, no doubt about it. Yes, he does deserve the crown. Faux show.
Doesn't he?
And I'm also thinking Ross Coulthard is batshit too for even entertaining this bullshit and being on News Nation as well. You wonder why the other more reputable networks didn't want to do the story, Ross. Have you worked it out now?
Let's not get carried away, and let's not
buy
say crazy things. Let's not say crazy things like reputable news organizations, all right? We don't want to get bogged down. We do not want to in any way say that legacy media is in any way reputable. You didn't give me credit for my sarcasm, but that's okay. Not all of my... Alrighty. I just want to put it out there for the people who have
lowbrow
Asperger's
enough for you
that aren't picking up on that. We do not say that any of these organizations are reputable. In fact, we would in fact say the opposite. They are not.
And that's why I used the word loosely just before, but that's okay.
Okay.
So there are the stories, guys. What a show. We kicked it off. Wait a minute, I'm just going to get ready for this. In summary.
Yeah, go on.
Go on, because we've gone 10 minutes past our planned.
Yeah, go on, Tours. Go on.
Dan Andrews, g'day China. Bring in the Chinese media and Australian media. You're not invited. You're actually banned. Then we had the young folk thinking someone was holding an iPhone in a painting from 1937. Not so at all. Bud Light are in a lot of pain, and it serves them right. What a big mistake. Probably didn't anticipate it being that big, but huge. Then we had the US schools gone wild, thanks to Scout Inquirer, with some more crazy woke stuff happening in US schools. We had, wait a minute. No, sorry. What's happened?
Are you missing one?
Yeah, I've got Scout.
Because I went first.
Twice.
But if I went first, then you should be ending it, yeah?
Finn, me. What was story number 5? What was your third story, Finn?
I had the China one, Dan Andrews. I had the Bud Light one.
Yeah, then you've got
Lori Lightfoot, and then the UFO one.
What have I done? I've missed one of mine.
Yes, you should be ending the show, I believe.
No, we've done all right. We've done our 8 stories.
But I started it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What the fuck?
Tori's only done. Everyone back me up here. Tori's only done 3.
Oh yeah, no, I've got the last one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just wrote Waking for the week twice. For some reason, I've written Scout Story twice. All right, this one just very quick because we're all tired. I worked today. I'm stuffed. This is why we don't go live all the time. People with jobs, we're munted at the end of the day.
We do go live. We go live every week to us.
Yeah, but I rarely am. It's rarely after a day at work. It's usually my day off or your day off. So
I don't have those.
I don't know if you saw this, but this is a wedding.
I did see this. I was going to use this story.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Out of America. Happy wedding day. And this guy, he's walking his bride down the aisle, like out of the church. They are now married. And the entire time he is fucking around on his phone. It's gone viral and people are absolutely horrified and they're telling her to leave him.
We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own. And in your eyes, you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms.
But the really weird thing was I can't stop it without the next video. I also didn't start the next one. There was a weird caption. Did you read that it said that he was holding the bride for his late brother and it's complicated, but he'll explain it soon? Like apparently that's the statement this guy's put out. So was this like some wedding that was planned and the brother died before the wedding and they did some weird thing and he just walked out with her at the end and he's just on his phone saying, "Rest in peace, Billy Joe"? I don't know. What's going on?
Yeah, I didn't read it. But I know I did hear that this dude has been copping it in the online space. Yeah, he's been getting slammed. Apparently people are like going off at him.
They're just telling her to leave him, get a divorce. People on Twitter, the marriage was over before it began and how disrespectful and so on is. And Also, people have also pointed out, why didn't she seem bothered by it? Because she's sort of smiling and thanking guests and, greeting people. And they looked like when they got out on the steps that they might have had a minor exchange. But then he just kind of grimaced at her and then just got back on his phone. So, yeah, it's certainly gone viral and everyone wants to know exactly what he's doing. And
Miss Kay, welcome.
Miss Kay, hello. So that's the story to end the show. It's your big...
side chick.
God, that whole page is going crazy. Yeah, so there you have it. That was story number 8. The groom who's more into his phone than his wife. So now, the summary.
Just in time, Miss Kay. Aliens are here. You missed it.
Just in time to vote without seeing any of the stories. So we kicked off with Dan Andrews holding a meeting in Australia with a heap of people from China, but Chinese media invited, Aussies stay away. Then we had the time travel painting. Young folk believing there's a person in a painting from 1937 with an iPhone, and historians have said, no, you fucking idiots.
That's real.
Bud Light are in a hell of a lot of pain thanks to their stupid idea to put Dylan Mulvaney, who's now a lesbian, up. We then had the US Schools Gone Wild, Wokies of the Week. Thank you to Scout Inquirer. We then had Harvard employs Lori Lightfoot, a total loser, to lecture students on leadership when she has failed as a leader. Great call there, Harvard. Then we have the push for sex to become a recognised sport in honour of a festival that's just kicking off in Sweden tomorrow for 6 weeks, where you can publicly vote on the best shaggers on the field. And that's not a lie. Then we had
Did it say you
Are
can
Not Alone. I just sang Michael Jackson or do X-Files. Yes, the alien guy, whack a fuckadoo he was. And we just ended it then with the groom on his phone. I'm sorry, but that was rude, and I agree it was batshit. So here we go, Grooves, without further hesitation.
Here we go. What are you voting for this week, Tors?
I jumped in really early with my vote last week.
That was good. We should see it again this week. Keep the trend happening.
How about you? I know you're going to vote for your alien buddy.
Aliens, go. What are you doing? Tori, what were you voting for?
Well, I'm just holding back for the moment. I'm reading chat's vote.
You like holding back.
No, Sex Olympics is getting a vote.
There you go.
Now, of course, the aliens is going to get my vote, but if I can tie it and we go to a poll, because I can do a poll.
Yeah, but we shouldn't tie it. We should just, say
let it unravel naturally. No, I wanted it to be a poll so I could explain to Joman, because, by the way, Joman, Finn didn't do anything wrong with the poll the night that he was on his own and you were outraged. The way the poll works is we add up all the votes from the 8 stories. If there is a tie with those stories, those 2 go to a poll and then everyone re-votes to make sure there's a standout winner. So Finn didn't do anything.
We don't do a poll for every story, Joman. That would be absurd.
It would be absurd.
Yourself, right?
Well, we don't actually have 8. We don't actually have 8 options in a poll either. So there's Sex Olympics got a vote. Aliens from Finn, yes. UFO alien from Joman. See?
Yep. There you go.
Humanimals torn. Wackadoo aliens. I mean, look. Yep. The leadership one. Oh. Go Miss K. Yeah, I think that's batshit crazy too. A tiebreaker. But you do misrepresent me all the time, lol.
Misrepresent is the word.
Yeah. That's what I said, wasn't it?
Well, eventually.
I'm so tired. I said
you are the
medicine man. Medicine man, aliens, please. Peace be with you all, Groovers. You too, medicine man. I haven't seen you forever. How are you?
He was on his own. That was the problem.
Oh, misconstrue.
You want to fight me? I'll fight you. I'm not scared.
What's going on with you two? Calm down. He was on his own. That was the problem.
I should do that, Cement, except my episode has been permanently removed from YouTube. I can't even download it to then re-upload it, edited, which is very annoying because I thought it was a fucking awesome episode. We all got down with the music at the end. Everyone was loving it. Yeah, no.
You learned the hard way. Yeah, we haven't seen Medicine Man forever. So excited to see you. And you voted too, bless. So we've got 5, well 6 if I had mine. The Aliens.
You can't go back and rewatch it. She's going.
Are we gonna play? Yeah. Well, I was good too. I listened to it driving home, but
it was up for a little bit, but it didn't last long.
So here he is, the alien whistleblower. What a
blowing the whistle on secrets
ever.
he says no one has ever shared publicly before.
You are one of the most trusted former intelligence officials in the US defense and intelligence establishment.
Yes, I was.
You were trusted with the most intimate secrets.
Yes.
Grush sitting down with award-winning investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who's...
That's enough of him. He doesn't deserve any more airtime.
Yeah, he does.
We never play the full video.
Here we go.
Finn?
Come on. Go back to it.
No. That was enough to remind everyone. Congratulations on winning your batshit medal, alien whistleblowing dude. And next week, Finn, when are we live next week?
Probably Wednesday night, I reckon. Probably 8:30
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
All right. That sounds good. It's a long weekend coming up. So thanks to the dead queen.
Not for me.
Why would that be?
Because I go to work on Saturday.
Fair enough, although the holiday is Monday, but
we don't do holidays.
Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Be here or be batshit. And until next time, stay groovy, everyone.
That's it. Catch us all later.
Win the wannabe special guy. Yes, you won. Who's had a win? Finn, you've had a win.
I always win. What are you talking about? When do I lose, Tori? I always pick the number one story. Every time.
If only that were true. Groovers, thank you for hanging out. You're all amazing. Some old faces that we haven't seen for a while popping back in, and the regulars here as well. And yes, Nutty Alien Man takes out an absolute landslide victory. So you'll have to join us next week to see who wins the medal. But it's bedtime. It's good night from me, and it's good night from Finn.
8:30 Wednesday, AEST.
Bye for now.